If you're coming to North Cyprus or you're already in North Cyprus, this video is very important because we are going to be discussing all the things you need to know pertaining your student permit. And by the way, my name is Wilfred. Thank you so much for clicking on our video. Make sure that you stay till the end because today's topic is very important. It's really important. All right. So basically, this video is going to be divided into three major parts. The first one, we're going to discuss the importance of your student permit and maybe the consequences of not doing it on time. And secondly, we're going to discuss the process, the exact step-by-step process of getting your permit. And thirdly, we're going to address issues regarding those people that are already on the island and they do not have their permits, so they're kind of illegal. So I think those are the major parts, and towards the end I'm going to give you like a small bonus point, which is information you need to know so that you can avoid extra charges or penalties if you want. So make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. Are you ready for the first point? Let's go. All right, let's get straight into our first point, which is the importance of your student permit. By the way, let me just make this disclaimer. Most of the times people will swap it or interchange it with a residence permit. It's kind of different, but I mean, let's just allow them. The right word is a student permit, especially if you're coming here as a student. So now, what is a student permit? Basically, it is a document that allows you to stay in a country after your visa days are gone or after you finish your visa days. And there has to be a reason for it, which means if you're coming here as a student or if you're flying to North Cyprus as a student, you don't just stay here as a student with a visa. No, your visa will have 90 days. 90 days will finish, then you need a document for you to stay here. And that's what we call a student permit. So it allows you to stay here legally as long as you are a student. So the importance of a residence permit is to keep you legal. And also, when you're traveling to your home, maybe to your home country, or you just want to visit, you can use the residence permit to go out and come in without a visa because, again, we have a temporal residence as a student. So if I'm going to my country now with the permit I have, I just book my flight ticket, go there. If I want to come back, I just come back as long as my resident permit is still valid. Which takes us to the second point. For how long is it valid for? I just repeated myself there. For how long is it valid for? Forget about it. It is valid for 1 year. So technically in North Cyprus, it starts from September to the following September. So this is 2024, September 2024 to September 2025. That's 1 year. Again, 2025, 2026, September 25, 2026, and so forth and so forth. So within those times, you need to get it done and make sure that your permit is available, right? All right, talking about September and the permit itself. Here in North Cyprus, we usually have two intakes. September intakes, meaning an intake, I mean when classes start or when students come for classes, September and in February. So basically, in these two intakes, you still need your permits to be available for you to come into the country and stay in the country legally. So again, as I've said before, when you come, maybe you say you're coming in September, you'll have 90 days to stay here legally. And within those 90 days, you need to do your permits so that by the time the 90 days finishes, you have your permits and you are here with your student permit legally. The same thing happens in February. When you come in February, you have 90 days for you to do your permit. Again, for February, the permit will take 6 months from February till September. If you come in September, then it means it's going to take 1 year, September to September or February to September, which is 6 months. So it just depends on when you come, and it doesn't change anything. The permit is still the same, you still get the same permit, same document, same legal permission to stay here. Are we cool with that? Do you understand that point? All right. Okay, now the question becomes, what happens if you do not do your permit? After the 90 days from your visa expires, it means you're staying here illegally. And more often than not, you can be caught, you get arrested, you get deported, because technically you are illegal. Yep. That's how bad it is. And lately, we've been seeing a lot of people being arrested, being deported, and just taken back to their home countries for not having their permits. So make sure that within the 90 days, you do your permit and have it ready with you. All right, guys, let's get to the second point, which is, what's the second point? Remind me. Have you forgotten? Please don't forget. The process of getting your permit. How do you do the permit? Since you know now that it has to be done within the first 90 days of your arrival. All right. So basically, there is what we call a portal from the government, a student portal, rather a student permit portal. So basically, you have to fill up your names and you fill up the name of your school. And by the way, you need to be registered for you to do this. You have to be a student. Again, it's a student permit anyways. So the portal is from the government. It allows the government to check you and make sure that you are actually registered here and you are legal. So basically, you register to your school, then you get a link that takes you to the government portal. And because I love you guys, this is very important. I love you guys. I've actually made a separate video where I take you step by step on how you can register. I'll have a screen recording there. I'll register with you. I'll help you fill up the forms. It's online anyways. I'll help you. I'll even take you to the hospital for hospital checkups. Talking of the hospital, after you register on the portal, then you have to do blood tests. They'll take your blood, they'll take it to the lab, and it will come back after, I think, a week, 1 or 2 weeks, depending on the clinic you go to. Then you pay tax, and that's it. You are done with the portal, the permit. So again, there are 3 steps. The first step is registration. Second step is blood test. The third step is, don't forget please, the third step is paying tax. So basically, you're supposed to pay tax to the government. And that's the process. That's the whole process. Again, don't try to memorize this thing. I have a separate video that is going to help you right here. Yeah. So now, let's go to the last point, which is those that are already here in North Cyprus. Let's go. So if you're currently in North Cyprus, you actually have 2 options. First option is to leave the island. Well, if your passport is still with you, you can leave. You might as well leave. I'm going to leave at some point because I'm not going to stay here forever. And the second one is to figure out a way of getting a permit. Sadly, not too long ago, they closed down vocational schools. So basically, vocational schools are institutions where some students will register and take some courses. Then it's quite affordable. It was quite affordable, and they will stay here legally. Unfortunately, again, they were closed. So what option do you have at this point? I think I personally have a few leads, if I can put it that way, to kind of institutions that are still kind of affordable for some of the students. And said that I can't say everything here because of time. Because of time. Of course, I can't say everything here. But if you can reach out to us, maybe you can text. I'll try to give you as much information as I can. Or, of course, not in the comment section. Yeah, not in the comment section. Just try to reach out. Maybe you can send an email or DM, or you can even get my number anywhere. Maybe I can share the information. Of course, you don't have to pay me anything. It's free. It's like free knowledge, so that I can't say it here on the video because of time. You get the point. Now, that's the options you have. Just if you can leave, or if you don't want to leave, let's see how you can get to stay on the island legally, so that we avoid running around and staying away from police. Now, this is the last part which I promised you guys, which is the bonus information regarding how you can avoid paying charges or penalties. So again, remember at the beginning of the video I said the permit start from September to September, right? So now, technically, if you come in September, around November, December, the permit then goes up. So basically, the rate or the fee for the permit and the tax usually goes up almost every year. So the trick now, it is to do it before November, so that by the time it goes up, you are still within those ones that did it early. So in other words, if you delay, you'll get the new price, because the price usually changes around December and January going forward. So that's the tip. Make sure that prepare your money, you get your permit before November, or else you'll pay extra money or extra charges because of that. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I don't want to waste your time. Again, make sure you check out the second video where I'll take you to my laptop. We see the computer, or rather the online forms. We'll fill the forms together. I'll take you guys to the hospital, or rather you guys will go with me to the hospital. We'll vlog and we'll see the whole permit thing done. Once again, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you watch the rest of the videos, and there's more and more coming up. Well, my name is Wilfred, and I approve this message.